I'm hoping my car is a little more predictable than a bull. It's like flying a plane on the ground. The way the air's rolling around the vehicle, just by getting too close to another guy, not even touching him, like you could trigger an accident. So like you could wreck somebody without even touching them, just from distorting the air. Yeah, because it's just turbulence. All right, come on in.
Welcome.
Give me a Taurus race hauler.
Love it.
So this is basically our garage on wheels. Since we're on the road so much throughout the year, obviously this goes back and forth to the race shop between every race. So ultimately what they do is they'll unload the car from the previous race and load a new one up. So they actually go up top.
Okay.
So that back gate is like an elevator that flips up and down.
Yep.
I always tell people it's kind of funny, like the air and this, none of it feels good. It just makes it less miserable when they're So this is, you're talking about the suits. They have gotten thinner over time. They used to be a lot thicker than this.
Yeah,
it's not that bad.
It's not.
You feel it. It's not terrible.
On 105.
On a 100-degree day, it's not great.
Yeah.
You still have to wear all the fireproof underwear and stuff because they want you to have multiple layers of protection.
Okay.
But so that's my race suit. I'm not scared getting in that thing because there's more stuff that is strapped on me and protecting me, and I have had some bad accidents and been totally fine after to prove that everything did its part.
Right. But that's dual-sided though, Anthony. You think about it. You think where bull riding, you want to get away, but the car you want to be attached, and you don't want to be getting away from. You want to stay with. Which somebody like me, the layperson, you're thinking, you want to, if something is, crashing and possibly flaming out, you want to expel and get away. Right? It's instinct.
And this is my helmet here. This you could see I've got.
Talking about the air.
That's where the air goes.
Okay.
So it's got one tube that flows around to the bottom of the visor and then blows air on my top here, and then that lets hot air out. It's supposed to. And then radio communication cord. There's a microphone in the front of it.
What are we talking about weight-wise? It's pretty light.
Yeah, it's pretty light. Without putting that on your head, your neck gets tired at a certain point.
That's what I wondered. Even though it may seem light here after the long races.
Yes. I got to see this helmet. Tell me more about what you got here.
Well, this is, I guess invariably, obviously, tailor-made for the guys, and each and every one's, got a different size. But as far as the weight in bull riding, the old saying of where your head is basically where your body is going.
So you want a lighter helmet.
It's the lighter the better. Now, I will say, compared to us old guys, we were raised without helmets. So, and I tried a helmet at one point in my career, and it was terrible. It was something that I could deal with.
Really?
They're made from a young age to wear these.
So they get used to it.
It's regulation, and they get used to that weight distribution. And because they get used to it, it's something that it's nothing new or out of the ordinary. So even though I grab a hold of this thing and I think it feels like a ton, right? And I would never put this on because it would just destroy my ride technique. Well, it's kind of cool to think about. Wild Bill and something like that. That's
pretty awesome. Big one on the hood.
Oh yeah, there we go.
We've worked hard to make sure it handles good for us today. We'll get some laps in practice, and like I said, kind of one opportunity to qualifying to make a lap, and then in the race you got a lot of time. But as I was mentioning before, it's so competitive. A big thing is track position is really crucial. So you want to qualify well, start up front. You got to execute on pit road, on restarts when the field's bunched up. Like you got to use that opportunity to make passes because it gets spread out, and then it's hard to pass. So like when you're behind a guy and you put that pressure on him, and this big gambler's logo is getting bigger in their mirror, you kind of push them into making a mistake, and then that's when you can capitalize.
Somebody picking at you.
That's it. So the inside's pretty. I'll take this off. This is a 14-inch steering wheel. Normally I run a 15, but so that's my radio button to talk to the team.
Okay,
that's a kill switch. You don't want to have something bad happen if you use that.
That's why.
Because there's a master switch on the dash, but you can see it's pretty tight in there.
Tight as heck in there.
Nothing in life's supposed to be easy, and I think racing just taught me a lot of things that I've been able to honestly just translate to my daily life.
Yeah, absolutely. Just that drive again and wanting to do something and not doing it
thriving at mediocrity. I mean, you're trying to be the best. A handful of guys out there that are wanting to beat you, and you're wanting to beat them. That's what good old American try is all about, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it is interesting to me to see. We think about guys that came up through the ranks in the rodeo business, in the bull riding world. Starting out typically as young kids. 4 or 5 years old like myself. I assume it's the same for you guys, starting out at a young age.
Yeah, for sure. I raced go-karts when I was younger. Same thing, 5, 6, and I raced till I was about 10. My path's been a lot different than most drivers. Most guys kind of just keep racing their whole life and climb the ladder, but I actually stopped when I was around 10 and played a lot of stick and ball sports, which I think was good because that helped me realize that this really is my passion. By trying other things, I'll never have that thought of wonder what it's like to maybe do something else. But I didn't really actively pursue it or get back into it until I was 15, which is considered pretty late, actually. So I was a little behind the ball, but I've put a lot of work in on and off the track to get caught up, and now I'm here in the National Series. So I feel very blessed for that, but it definitely comes down to having good people around you and just being a student of the sport. One qualifying lap's going to determine where we start, but hopefully that goes well, but it's more important about where you finish. So we got to execute tomorrow. Obviously, as a champion, you can say it. You're the best. So that's got to be pretty awesome to accomplish the ultimate goal of being the best, being a champion, and now being a part of this new age of professional bull riding with the Austin Gamblers. I mean, I'd like to learn more about your start and then how that got you to where you're at now.
Well, it's a fantastic opportunity I've been given, along with the other 9 coaches that are past world champions and guys that I travel with, and we're in the locker room a lot. So I think we've learned a lot from each other and how we do convey that message. So it's definitely been a learning curve for sure. What does life look like for you in the career for racing? How long will you be doing this? I mean, if everything pans out like you want it to?
I hope I could do it for a really long time. A lot of that comes down to doing your part to be healthy and take care of yourself. But obviously performance is key. That's what keeps you on track to make the most out of the opportunity, because there's a lot of people out there that aren't so fortunate to get that opportunity, and I want to make sure that I make the most of it for myself, but also the people that support me now, build that community and have an impact. Yeah, I certainly hope I'm successful enough to do it for a long time, and then when my time behind the wheel's up, not that I want to think about that yet, but obviously you're kind of always got to be looking ahead. Maybe there's an opportunity to do something like you do, coach the next generation, or be involved in a race team in another aspect. Could be pretty neat.
From all walks of life can end up a car driver and a race car driver and be the best of the best, or a bull rider. So it's you holding you back, right?
You can see them coming through there, and it's fast. And then they slow way down here. You got this sharp left-hander. So that's kind of probably a passing zone there. Actually, someone's passing right now or trying to.